Welcome everyone to my fourth Jungle Cup tournament, this time taking place in East of Boston Raids, aka Easty. Let's jump right into our first contestant here, E. Funes. This guy was running a Magneton, which I saw immediately. Let's see what he chooses. So, round one, we decide to always lead safe with Vigoroth. He leads his Venusaur. So we know that we're able to get to body slams faster. So we are going to store energy, shield, and then piggyback his Frenzy Plant. So once we, surprise he didn't block, but we're able to get yet another body slam off. He does shield. And we end up shielding this Frenzy Plant because right now we can feint him down and anything that comes in is going to get body slammed. So we know that counter is super effective against Magneton, so we want to get off as many counters as possible. He decides to feint us with a discharge, and although Wigglytuff is weak, I was not sure what he had in the back. So once we ended up feinting that Magneton, we swapped into our Fortress because we had a feeling his Venusaur would come out. But at this point, we know that body slams are not effective. So when we get to our Earthquake, it's going to put some serious damage and we're able to bug bite him down. So game one of round one in the books. Round two, we decide to lead with our Wigglytuff here. He leads Vigoroth. Now again, because our Wigglytuff does pass the attack breakpoint, we know that we'll be able to shield one body slam out of the two that are going to come, but he decides to switch into his Magneton. So we end up shielding, firing off an Ice Beam, and then making a quick swap into our Vigoroth, which is going to counter him out. Now that gives our Vigoroth a bunch of stored energy. So when we block this body slam, we're going to be able to go back to back off of this piggyback. So he ended up shielding there, which was most likely a mistake on his part because I did have two stored up. Now when this Venusaur comes in, we're able to hit this body slam. And we really wanted that last one. But we're not freaking out because we know that we have Fortress in the back and we'll be able to take care of this Venusaur. So, round one in the books. Our second contestant goes by the name of Ming. Not sure why he hasn't changed his Sylph card yet. But we end up seeing that Alolan Graveler and Victory Bell. So we decide to lead Vigoroth yet again. Get matched up on shinies. We wait for him. He does his body slam first. We block. We piggyback. Get our body slam. Try to hit that second one, but he's quicker than us. So now that all shields are out of the way, we have a higher PvP IV Vigoroth. So we have a full body slam that we can't even get to. So now it's another mirror match, Fortress on Fortress. He hits us with his Earthquake first. We hit him with our Earthquake. And then we make a game-saving swap into our Wigglytuff to charm him down. And he forgot he forgot that Heracross gets obliterated by Wigglytuff. So lucky for us, we picked the correct team comp. Alright, round two, game two. He leads Dookie Graveler. We go with our Wigglytuff. Our Wigglytuff is going to be able to do some decent damage with Charm. Now he swaps out. We end up hitting that Ice Beam. And we swap into our Vigoroth. So although he has the energy advantage, we have one shield. So that should leave us at the end of this exchange with just a Vigoroth with a body slam ready. So we exchange body slams. It's how Vigoroths like to greet each other. So he comes out with his victory bell, and we get that last body slam. Boom. Now we're able to bring in our Forretress here, clean up the mess. He brings in his Alolan Graveler to hit us with a Stone Edge. But Bug Bite takes that down. And lucky for us, we're able to still take care of that victory bell. Round 2 in the books. Now, round 3, new PvPer on the scene. I'm going to save my kids' ears and effing pizza. Running a pretty meta team. He did make a comment to me prior to the match that he saw a lot of videos where they were running Masquerain, so I made sure that I had that taken care of. Our Vigoroths are going to exchange body slams here. We piggyback off of his. We're going to block this. We tried to make a switch, but I guess we did end up tapping it. And then we make an escape into our Wigglytuff to charm him down. Now he's going to lead Victory Bell. But because we have that energy advantage, we are able to get that Ice Beam, which was critical. Now we're able to get a few charm hits on this Masquerain, and Forretress is going to be able to take care of this matchup. We're going to hit this heavy slam here and Bug Bite him down. So game 1, we're able to win pretty handedly. Game 2, we're going to use our same recipe and lead Wigglytuff into his Vigoroth. He swaps immediately into his Masquerain, which is getting killed right now by Charm. We decide to tank the Silverwind. Luckily, he does not get a buff. And with whatever is coming in, we are going to hit that Ice Beam and swap out to our Forretress. So we want to get right into a heavy slam to try to burn that second shield. And now we are 2-0 on shields in a type advantage. So we're pretty happy right here. We're feeling pretty confident. Now that Vigoroth is going to come back in, we're going to hit that Earthquake. And lucky for us, we're going to shield our Vigoroth. And round 3 is complete. Now, championship round with the North American World Champion, PvP Shmoo. I've been dying to get to Ultra with this guy and dying to see what he is made of. Round 1, we decide to lead with Vigoroth. He leads with his Venusaur. Now, we are going to decide to just go into this body slam instead of waiting for his Frenzy Plant. We block his Frenzy Plant. And we make a quick switch after our body slam is blocked into Forretress to tank that Frenzy Plant. Now he's the champ for a reason. He swaps out into his Vigoroth. But now that shields are down on his end, we're going to take this body slam. We're happy that he ended up using that body slam as well. And that allows our Wigglytuff to not get... We're going to let this body slam come through. Swap out into our Vigoroth, who's going to counter him down and still have enough energy for a body slam. Now he has a lantern in the back. We did not think we could get to bulldoze, so we just end up using body slams. And because of that one shield in the back, we're able to block this thunderbolt and finish off with a play rough. So game 1 of the championship round, we're feeling pretty confident here. So we decide to lead game 2 with our Wigglytuff. He leads Lantern. Now in this particular matchup, we end up shielding his Thunderbolt. And he makes a great play switching in his Fortress. Now at this point, I think I should have switched because there was really no point in using any attacks on his Fortress. We go into our Vigoroth, get off this Body Slam. But unfortunately, he does have a Heavy Slam. Oh, I'm sorry, an Earthquake. So it's a good thing we ended up blocking that. But now we're down 2-0 on shields here. So we're going to use our Body Slam, which he takes. And we have no choice but to let our Vigoroth go. Now, we come in with our Wigglytuff. He gets off yet another Body Slam. So now we have a Fortress fully loaded, but he has 2 shields. So this Heavy Slam will be blocked. And he's going to get off a Hydro Pump here, which is going to absolutely cancel out our Fortress. Just like every good championship round, game 3, we decide to go with what we know, lead Vigoroth, he leads Lantern. It's a positive matchup for us. He makes a quick switch into his Vigoroth. We decide to use a Body Slam, which he blocks. We block his Body Slam. We tried to switch again, but we did tap it, hoping it didn't register. And we make a swap into Wigglytuff to tank a Body Slam. We're able to charm him down, which was great. But now that Fortress is really going to put in work against our Wigglytuff. He's able to hit that Heavy Slam, which is going to cancel us out. We bring in our Noctowl. He's going to hit us with yet another Heavy Slam. Now at this point we did not know if he was able to get to another Heavy Slam, so we ended up using that charged energy. Swapped into our Vigoroth, hit him with a Body Slam. But it is not enough. He has a fully powered up Lantern. Thunderbolt for the win. Champions make championship plays. His team comp was superior to mine, and he definitely ended up deserving that win. Great scene out there in East Boston. I highly recommend you check it out. Hopefully this video helps, and I'll catch you on the next one.